Grab your controversial sunlight reflecting glasses. Tell your mom to hold off the FBI knocking on your door because today we're gonna see the top 10 romance anime with age gaps. Let's go! Number 10, Koikimo.
いつもいろんなことスマートにこなすのに、これって作り感がすごくて、すみません、笑って。
Koikimo is about a high school girl falling for her best friend's brother. Wait, that could be a little wrong. It's more about the best friend's brother getting a crush on the high school girl and then deciding to go after her. The girl rejects her, but this guy is your average playboy like Bruce Wayne, so he isn't gonna accept no for an answer.
レオさんには聞いてません。
私よりお兄ちゃんの方が詳しく教えてくれると思う。
Koikimo is not for everyone, and a lot of people might feel uncomfortable watching it since we have an older guy trying to date a high school girl. Let's just say the guy doesn't have the best history either, but the show has some great character development, and Koikimo loves to add tension to the drama right at the moment when you think everything is going to get resolved. Number 9, Vermeil and Gold.
いや本当は寝てる時勝手にキスしちゃダメって言いましたよね。
だって欲しくなったんだもん。
What do you need in your life? A demon lady right by your side. There is this guy called Alto who is weak as hell. And thanks to his anime main character luck, he summons a hot demon lady who only asks for mana transfers from time to time. And if that isn't enough for you, we also got the childhood friend who has a crush on the main character. So it's a love triangle all the way.
私、お前さんのこと大好きだから。
Look, let's be real. This isn't the next story Gairu or Toradora, but it knows how to play the cards right. When a female demon appears in your room and asks for mana, you know where this is heading. And the good thing about Vermeil is it realizes what it's about and decides to stick with it instead of trying to create some grand scheme plot. Number 8, The World is Still Beautiful.
そんなものどうでもいい。本当はただいても立ってもいられなくて。
Trust me, the name doesn't do justice to the show. You're going to think this is some wholesome anime about traveling to another world, but nope. Here, you got the princess of the Rain Kingdom visiting the prince of the Sun Kingdom to get married. What's the goal? To get rain to the Sun Kingdom. But here's the thing. The so-called prince of the Sun Kingdom is a brat.
太陽じゃないお前なんて魅力ゼロだからな。お前から王であることを取り上げたらただの色書き悪ガキじゃないか。
I know a girl marrying a guy and then bringing in rain isn't the best fantasy premise, but man, these characters are just so nice. They start off as enemies and slowly become lovers. This is an old anime and probably one of the first few of the enemies to lovers category. And if you love fantasy anime and want to see some romance that happens in another world, this is the show for you. Number 7, the maid I hired recently is mysterious.
そんなに私ばかり見て退屈ではございませんか？これは大人っぽく話せたのでは？怪しい。
No, this is not related to Maid-sama, but we get a maid, so maid anime fans, this is a win for you. This time, the maid in our show is Lilith, and she's been hired to take care of her employer's son, Yuri. But this guy is way too delusional than your average conspiracy theorist and thinks the maid's up to something evil. The maid, on the other hand, finds this personality cute.
やっぱり怪しまれたい。こそこそ付きまとうなんて怪しいぞ。となるはずです。
Remember the anime called The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated? This is written by that same author, and it seems my guy's been taking a liking to teasing dark-skinned anime girls. Well, I'm not complaining. The best thing about this anime is the characters. Who knew putting a blushing guy and a teasing maid in a single house could give you such a wholesome romance anime? Number 6, Higihiro.
吉田さん、タバコストップ。
ああ、そっか。匂いつくな。
Here's where stuff gets, extra controversial. No, not in a bad way, because this is one of the few anime that handles controversy in a mature way instead of making Twitter angry. The longer version of the title is Higehiro, after being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. And the second part is where the controversy comes in. Basically, it's about one guy finding a high school girl with a troubled past and deciding to help her.
少しくらい手伝ったっていいだろう。休みだし暇なんだから。
ダメ。
Apart from the whole high school girl and grown-up guy thing that's going on, the anime has some extra girls like the nice female boss and the lovely co-worker. And this 12-episode anime also has a lot of stuff crammed into it, and all of it is executed really well. This is one of the controversial anime done right, so I'm all in for it. Number 5, Inuex Boku Service.
何の内緒話をされていたのですか。昨夜ぶりとはどういう意味でしょう。なんて犬の分際で嫉妬までしてしまうのですよ。
Turns out having a demon bodyguard is all you need, especially if you're the main target among half-demons. Inuex Boku SS follows a sheltered daughter of a wealthy family named Ririchiyo Shariken. She decides to live on her own and move into an apartment, but it turns out she chose the wrong apartment. This isn't an apartment with humans, it's an apartment with half-demons. But guess what? She has a bodyguard. Once again, not a normal one.
せっかくリリチオ様と丸一日一緒にいられる日曜日なのですから。
僕が言うのもなんだが、もう少し付き合ってやる。
I'm a huge fan of supernatural romance anime, which is why stuff like Garden of Sinners is my favorite. Inuex Boku gives you that perfect supernatural romance anime, along with a blushing tsundere and an overpowered bodyguard. Come on, what more do you need? Number 4, The Ancient Magus Bride.
さて、チセ。お使いがてらハニームーンに行ってこようか。
それ冗談じゃなかったんですね。
If you ever think marriages can't get any weirder, remember this girl married a guy wearing a skull mask. After being bullied her whole life, a Japanese high school student, Chise Hattori, decides to sell herself at an auction in order to have a new place to call home. At the auction in London, she sold for £5 million to a tall masked gentleman, who turns out to be Magus Elias Ainsworth, a 7-foot-tall humanoid with an animal skull for a head.
黄昏時に森に入るのは危ないよ。夜には戻るってメモに。
あなたは何も話してくれないんですね。
Ancient Magus Bride is mostly shouju, but that doesn't mean it can't take you through the same tropes all over again. This is one of those serious romance anime with some deep themes. It doesn't have blushing high school girls and love confessions under the cherry blossom tree, but it has a great story with tons of fantasy elements, tons of drama, and lots of love. Number 3, After the Rain.
あなたのことが好きです。
If I don't mention this romance anime in a list about romance anime with age gaps, that's a crime, because this age gap is huge. Akira Tachibana is a high school student who's not interested in boys in her high school because she actually has a crush on her manager named Masami. That's no problem except for the fact that her manager is 45 years old and she's still in high school.
俺とデートでもしてごらんよ。きっと気持ち悪いよ。
デートしてくれるんですか？
おう、そうデートして。
After the Rain might not have Higehiro levels of seriousness, but it doesn't turn this whole age gap thing to a dumb rom-com anime either. And most of the time, it's Akira who acts way too weirdly. Once again, the anime has tons of drama, mostly because of the age gap, but that should keep you hooked enough to binge watch it in one night. Number 2, Call of the Night.
なんだ気持ち悪いな。
こちらの準備はできてる。さあ、いつでも来な。ガブリとな。
はしたないやめろスケベなポーズ
We talked about our office workers, managers, demons. What are we missing? Vampires. Our guy Ko has insomnia. While walking around the street at night, he meets a strange girl named Nazuna Nanakusa, who believes that people stay awake at night because they are unhappy with how they spent their day and cannot sleep until they let go of their hangups. Nazuna offers to assist Ko with his sleep disorder and invites him to her home, where she persuades him to share a futon with her.
もうなった。
なるわけねえだろタゴ。
は？
なんで？話が違う。
いやなんでって 恋なんかしてないからだ。
No, that isn't where it ends. Soon she bites Ko's neck and reveals she's a vampire. No, not a cousin of evil Lord Dracula, but one of those wholesome anime girls you can fall in love with. So the moral of the story is to share futons with random girls you meet at night, hoping they'll bite your neck, drink your blood, and then be your immortal girlfriend. Wait, please don't quote me on that. Number 1, The Garden of Words.
自信ないから料理自業自得よ。
意外に不器用なんですね。
何よ。
And we're finishing off with a masterpiece. That's the good news. The bad news is you're gonna need a tissue box for this one. It's about a 15-year-old shoemaker meeting a 27-year-old woman who has a lot of personal problems. But the two soon become friends and realize they have more in common, and they both need to help each other up.
うまく歩けなくなっちゃったの。いつの間にか。
それって仕事のこと？
いろいろ。
Once again, our good friend Makoto Shinakai comes in and breaks our hearts with his one epic anime short movie. And it doesn't just break your heart, it breaks your eyes too because man, look at these visuals. This is like an artist literally decided to put every frame of this movie on a canvas and decided to paint it all by himself. Oh, and the age gap is there too, but I doubt it'll matter in the end because you'll be busy sobbing.